Previously on Jay's Bar and Club J.
There you go. Hit the button, the lozenge. Maybe we'll see what that does.
Now, if you follow my channel very closely, especially reading all of the comments, I had alluded to the fact that I have basically the grown-up version of said calculator. And here it is. Sharp EL-1197 P3. It's a 12-digit calculator with a vacuum fluorescent display. Now look at the size of this thing. It is gymungous. Now I've had this for quite some time. I have no idea how old the roll of paper is, but it has yellowed over the years. Being that this is a printing calculator, it doesn't work like a regular pocket calculator where 5 plus 5 equals 10 and that's the end of the operation. It can keep adding stuff as you keep hitting the oversized plus equals key. I haven't quite figured out exactly how to use this. The book that this comes with has print that you need basically a microfilm reader in order to read. It's that small. So it's a little a bit of a trying process to even read it on the computer screen blown up, because then you're having to scroll all over the place just to kind of get the idea where they're going with everything. Let's take a look at the back for a second. So here's the nameplate on the back here. It says it uses 136 milliamps. Interesting. And it has a backup battery, a CR2032. One of them. Good thing I have a whole bunch of those kind. Again, if you've been watching all the videos, you might remember. It is made in China, unfortunately. I don't have an exact date on this. I bought it, I'd say 6 years ago, 7 maybe, something like that. There's an indentation there, I have no idea what for. And little rubber foots and screw holes and various things like that. This is where the backup battery goes. And they even give you a little thing here where you could write down when you had put the backup battery in. Now, what's the backup battery for? Here it is, I just turned it on. Nothing special there. Nice, bright, vacuum fluorescent display as it adjusts its exposure on. The reason it has a backup battery is because of this button right here, which is for date and time. You can set all of that and it'll hold it. You can also set a tax rate and stuff like that. Time calc, I'm not sure what that button does. It'll do an average for you and all kinds of other stuff. Here's the hashtag lozenge key, big star key. I don't know what like half of this stuff does. But I have to read the book, and like I said, it's kind of a pain to do that. But the printing mechanism on this thing is oh wow. Oh wow wow. So let's put it over to print, and it actually printed the date there. And we'll just go and put in a whole bunch of 5s. Now, if you notice, that's a comma, but that's how it's displayed there. You can actually see it sort of fizzing out on the screen there. I guess the refresh rates are different. And you can actually see the heater wires in this, which are on even when the calculator is powered off like that. You can see the heater wires glow. The camera will not do that. I've already tested for that to see if I could show it to you, and unfortunately I cannot. You can see it has been printing stuff, but let's do that. We'll do just that many 5s, and we'll add that plus same number of 5s. And look how fast that thing prints. Just like that. And it keeps it running total. And having 12 digits, this can handle some pretty large sums. Haha. So let's go and clear that. And now we'll do something like 5 times 5. And you can see it prints that. And it keeps doing that, but adding on here, and then we'll multiply that times 565. And it does all kinds of great stuff like that, and prints your totals. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I know if you do 5 minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, it prints in red as well. So it is actually 2-color printing and really, really fast. And you can see you can rack up a nice receipt in no time at the store. You can feed the paper here, which I didn't do, and tear that off as well. Set your decimal places. The book, actually, I did read this 5/4 and the up and down. I don't know what its function is, but it said leave it set at 5/4, so okay. Constant and average, maybe? Grand total, rate set, and printing, and I don't know what any of this stuff actually means. It's very, very complex. Typically only places like a dollar store that is too cheap to have a real register would have something like this and do all their business this way with a little cash box or something like that. Maybe if you're in a small hick town somewhere, they actually still have that, but all in all, I mean, this is a calculator that looks like it can withstand many, many, many years worth of use without showing any signs of fatigue. Here's the printing mechanism itself with the red and black ribbon on 2 spools. I'm not really going to touch anything in here since there's no need to. All sorts of plastic gears, which look like they are lubricated, which is good. And not too much over on this side. So just a little basic calculator printer like that. I'll show you the gears in motion here. You can see it shift the ribbon to print the red, and it's just lightning fast. I guess in here you can see all this good stuff there, what it's printing. I don't know how it forms the characters or whatever. That's kind of beyond the scope of this video. And it looks like this lever here in the back comes around to act as a platen or something like that. So that's really it. It's sort of more or less a calculator that's well out of my league for the kind of calculations that I'm doing. But even so, still an interesting calculator and very well built at that. And you gotta love the vacuum fluorescent display. You just can't get away from that. The vacuum fluorescent display is just everything. There was another printing calculator that I owned years ago. It was black or gray in color, and it was a slower printing mechanism, kind of like the one that XJO81X has. For all I know, it may have been the exact same model, but I really don't know. I think the paper clasp holder thing in the back was broken on it. I think this might move also, yeah, so you can kind of fold it in when you don't have paper on it. But I don't know what happened to that calculator. It may be around still somewhere, because I have a tendency to never throw anything out, but I don't know when, if ever, I will come across it again. That's going to wrap this one up. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, and take care. Keep tabulated. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.